Hi, and I am joining Christy's beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches. This is the gorgeous sketch that we will be playing with today. This sketch is by Shayla Gale Knowles, and I plan on making it into a 2-page layout. So I've got all of these photos of our Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving is kind of different at our house, but I want to show you guys what I have to play with. I have a lot of mismatched items. Basically, I went through my foodie bin and pulled out a ton of mismatched items to go with my pre-made clusters that I made during our cluster class, which unfortunately now is at its end, but it is still available for the recordings if you guys are interested. So I have some close to my heart craft pieces. I have some fussy cut out paper, the flowers from a paper piece from Cocoa Vanilla. And then I think I had some wordy bits from Lawn Fawn, or Freckled Fawn. Freckled Fawn is the one it is. I also have this pretty floral piece from Close to My Heart. I'm not sure if I show you guys exactly the collection or if I wait till the green, because the green is also from the same collection, but it's from Give Me Some Sugar from several years ago. I have this tinware looking paper that I took from a friend's paper pack. I apologize, I don't know which paper pack. And then I have my 2 green pieces that I'm going to use as the base of this layout, and it's got this florally pink paper on the back. So, and I apologize, I don't show you guys the branding strip, but it is close to my heart, and it is from several years back. So I apologize about that. But I plan on taking this floral piece and spanning it across the top and the bottom of 2 pages. I plan to. Because it is almost a triangle, I'm going to try to get it to work. So basically divide my paper up into 4 sections and then get that triangle to go across. But right now I'm going to go and trim down my photos and put them on that galvanized paper. Okay, so I did all the math. I figured it all out, but I went the wrong direction. So my triangle is going to go in the opposite direction of what the sketch says, but I did it. And then I also took the branding strip that was at the bottom of my green pieces and used those. I'm going to use those as a border underneath all 4 of my triangle pieces. So I'm not too worried about them going all the way across. I think it's microscopic, so nobody's going to notice because I did not cut those at angles. That was just way too much. So here's where I figured it out, that my triangle pieces are going to go in the opposite direction. And then I thought, you know what? I'm good with that. It's okay. And it actually works out better based off of the photo orientation. So instead of having 3 separate photos in the center of my layout, I'm actually going to have all of my photos touching when I lay them all out. So first thing I'm going to do is put all of my triangle pieces down that I'm so proud of because I figured it all out and got that one piece of paper to work in my favor. I was stoked, you guys. I was so excited. I just couldn't wait to put my layout together. Now you might be thinking that I've got all of these bright and cheery papers, and then most of my embellishments were not so. They were a little on the dull side. I mean, they're great pieces, but they're just a little dull. And so I'm sorry, I'm taking a picture. I must be talking to someone. I'm so sorry, you guys. So the first run of how my photos are going to go, I'm not really sure. I want the patterns to look good. I want to make sure that, everything is where it's supposed to be, and I have room for embellishments and all that stuff. So I think that's where it's going to go. Oh, yep, it is. So I went and I glued it all down. You didn't have to see that. I didn't think so anyways. And then these are the clusters. I have 3 of them that I made during class. Well, some of them I made outside of class using just leftovers so I could finish off the elements that I was playing with. So I'm not sure if I made these in class or if these ones were done outside of class. I have 4 clusters. Look at that. Yay! I also have a wood veneer piece from the Not Just for Boys Kit Club. And then some of these, most of the craft pieces are all from the same collection that the paper is from. So it's weird that the paper collection from Close to My Heart brought in that craft piece. And so that's why I thought it would be okay to bring in all these other pieces, because they have brown elements in them, or a yellow brown element. So I really thought that they went really well. And then once I brought in that galvanized paper that I borrowed from a friend's paper pack, once I brought that in, I felt like everything tied together. So, and then of course, when I brought in the cocoa vanilla florals, even though they don't match the florals on the actual paper, the Close to My Heart paper, they have the same colors. So they've got the same yellow as the Close to My Heart, not the same flower, but the same yellow. They have the same pink, and all that stuff. And then I felt like the greens and the blues tied in with my clusters. So if I add those flowers in with my clusters, then it's almost like I meant to put all these papers together, even though there's none of that pale green that is in my background. None of that is in my clusters, except for one little saying up in the upper left. So that's it. And it's a little darker than the background piece. But I do enjoy mixing and matching, and it all work out sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's a hot mess, and what was I thinking? And I have to add a lot of splatters to get it to work. But I do love it when it comes together like this. But like I was saying, our Thanksgivings are a rarity. Normally we are away at other people's houses. So to have them at our house, it's kind of a makeshift. I don't have fancy flatware. I don't have fancy plates. I don't have anything. The most cups I have are mugs for coffee. So everybody drinks from a mug. And we use paper plates, you guys. I don't do the fancy Thanksgivings. Half the time I'm cooking, so I completely forget to take a picture of, the gatherings. I don't take pictures of, putting the food on the table. I'm exhausted. I'm just ready to sit down. I barely remembered to take pictures of us after we ate. So that is the pictures over on the left page. And then the right page is when my daughter showed up the next day for breakfast, and she brought her friends. And so I was super stoked that they were in town and stopped by just to have breakfast with us. So that's what that one is all about. So even though they're not the exact same day, and that is why I split them up the way that I did, is because one is day, the nighttime, and the next one is the next morning. But Thanksgiving is not well recorded in our house. It's kind of fun because we play loads of games. We do a dice or a card game while I'm cooking, because that is something that I can walk away from and not have to pay attention to a board or anything like that. And then our favorite game, especially with my friends in the lower photo, that's my friend Dawn and her husband, and they love playing Logos. It is fabulous what is trapped inside that man's head. It really is. And then my parents just love a good questionnaire game as well. So Logos is definitely something that they like to play with a crowd as well. So it's just super fun. And then of course I took a picture of, quote unquote, our kiddie table. And that's where all the boys hung out, while all the adults and the girls, because there's very little girls, got to hang out at the adult table as well, even though they're the youngest. So I was making fun of our kiddie table, and the boys were just hamming it up. So it was just super fun. So the last thing that I'm going to add to my clusters are all of these cute little bees that came in the paper pack with the Simple Stories. I can't remember if it came in the Weathered Garden collection or the Simple Life collection. I think it's the Simple Life collection is where all those bees came from. And that's what this is it's a mix of the Simple Life clusters along with the Weathered Garden, not clusters, embellishment packs, die cut packs. So the Simple Life had 3 embellishment packs, and the Weathered Garden one had just the one. So I mixed them together, and then for this particular layout, I added even more into those clusters to get these papers to work. And I just absolutely loved how this layout came out. I was tickled pink about how I could take that one little scrap and span it across 2 pages. I was just floored that when I added those beautiful cocoa vanilla flowers to my clusters, they still went really well together. I just love it, you guys. I'm so happy with how this layout turned out, and the dark and the light elements added all on one page, because that's what I see in my photos as well. So this is the close-ups of all of the little clusters. It did take a little bit of work to get the clusters to still look like I didn't just add a bunch of stuff to it. I think the little scalloped borders helped out a lot when adding extra, making it span even farther and giving it that more, a little bit more body to it. So anyways, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really, truly appreciate when you guys stop by every single day. And this month has not been every single day. I have to tell you guys that we're doing the lighting in my new room, which means that I have to turn the power off in this room. So I haven't been able to get my recording time in or my voiceovers time in. So I'm just a little behind, and I apologize about that, but hopefully shortly I'll be back on track. All right, you guys, I cannot thank Shayla enough for such a great sketch. I really, truly appreciated this sketch. I had so much fun playing with it, so thank you so much. Also, too, don't forget to check out the links down below for Christy's Beautiful Life series, the playlist, as well as the Facebook group. And here are 2 more videos for you guys to check out, and I'll check y'all later. Bye!